Alright guys, welcome back to the Wilderness Off-Road channel. Today we're going to be going on a little bit of an overnighter. It's a very busy weekend here in Minnesota, and I'm sure everywhere else. It is Memorial Day weekend, and I'm going to take out my new tent, which you guys will see. I literally just got back from a work trip like minutes ago, so the car is in a mess, gears all over. I need to go pick up a few things for tonight to eat, and we'll get right off to the state park. So hang in there and enjoy the video. Alright guys, I'm not sure if I've shown this on my channel before, but it is pretty mosquito-y out, and I have a 4-foot Roam awning, which was kind of a mistake because I can't buy the add-on room for screen, but I think I showed this on my Instagram, but this is actually a bug net for beds, so king size, and I'm going to drape this over my awning, and it works pretty darn well to keep all the mosquitoes out. So I'm gonna set that up. All right guys, I'm just kind of finishing up setting up camp, and I want to show you this case. I could put a link to it on my Amazon, but it's way cheaper on Costco's website or even in person at Costco. But it's a very sturdy plastic box that also is watertight. Now it comes with 2 of these trays. I took one out for this trip, and this nice organizer up top. If you get it from Costco in person, I think it's only 50 bucks, which is a steal. But anyways, it's getting late. I'm gonna make my pasta that I seem to always be making on these camping trips, and a steak. So I only brought my little stove, so the steak's going to be interesting to cook. It might be difficult with the MSR because it's, usually a pretty hot stove, but we'll see how well the flexibility of that flame works. So let's just hop right into it. I'm going to try using the actual pot to make the steak in, just to try to make less dishes. So make the steak first and then the pasta in here. Hopefully the steak is greasy enough to get this going, because I don't have any oil or anything. So this trip has been kind of planned, but it's really difficult for me to leave straight from coming back from a work trip. So I have limited supplies, and that seems kind of like as usual. But since it's summer now and I have my rooftop tent, hopefully I'll get my drawer back in there pretty quick here and be able to have hopefully everything all the time. So let's get this going. What do you guys think? I'm sitting here making the steak on the stove. I'm kind of thinking to save it, I could put a tad of water in there so that it maybe steams and cooks a little quicker and hopefully saves it from burning. I don't know. Might try it. So far, it's actually cooking pretty well. Even, I'm trying not to. Oh, the pan wants to go too. Trust me, it's cooking actually surprisingly slowly. The flame is very low on this MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe, but it's getting there. I'll wait to put water on it. Alright guys, this is the only knife I brought, which is fine for the steak. But if you guys haven't heard of the Mora knives, this is a really good knife for the money. Now this is, I have multiple of these. So I have two of them. My black one is for any whittling, woodwork, whatever, cutting anything. My blue one, light blue one, is strictly just for food. So now it is a little thick for a food knife, but extremely sharp. You kind of get used to the thickness, but well worth the very little money this costs. Let's see. Steak's getting there. It's probably about done. Sometimes you can, if you're really good, you can go by how firm it feels. And I think I'm just gonna let it go right there and start making the pasta. You guys know I go for these north sides. They're really cheap, super easy to make. And sorry, I haven't really brought too much variety to the channel quite yet, but it's just, you know, something I had packed, and I obviously couldn't bring too much food because I was gone on a work trip. So this is what I had. I did pick up the steak very quickly on the way here, but anyways, I suggest these if you can find them. And anyways, I'll cut the steak up and put it in the noodles. Alright guys, on camera, yeah, the steak looks actually pretty good. It might be, man, on camera it looks actually just about perfect. In person, it looks a little overdone, but I think it's probably the best I could do with this stove. Pasta's going, steak will go in, and it'll be delicious. Now I bought firewood. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a fire or not. We'll see. I probably should burn it at least. I'm not gonna take it home with me, so. Anyways, campground is packed. You can probably hear people in the background, but it's a nice calm evening. Hopefully it cools off a little bit more and we'll be able to enjoy the night. Now that'll be a perfect dinner. I'm gonna get the fire going and enjoy this. Nothing left, y'all. Even though that's something so simple, that hit the spot. Everyone on my channel knows what I like to do and what I call it, and that's called the camp wipe down. But first, I'm gonna use my spray bottle to rinse everything off, and then I'll do the good old camp wipe down. Perfect. Clean some dishes. Perfect. Now I'll wipe it down and dry them off. Love this thing. The Lunatic. There we go, guys. Good enough to pack away and clean when I get home. Just a reminder, guys, I know I talk about it every video, but if you got a Subaru Outback, at least 5th gen, don't forget that. Hear the wonderful noise of the natural gas generator. How wonderful. Alright guys, I'm just sitting in my screened-in porch, you know, enjoying the evening here. Some good old cashews. It's a bit mosquito-y out. Pretty bad, actually. So, I'm I'll let this burn out and probably hit the hay. Still really impressed with this fan, guys. Got this last year. It's been running on medium, and as you can see, it's only gone down 1 bar. This ran all through the night and a few hours before I was done making dinner and everything. So this thing is great. It's got two more levels of fan speed and 3 levels of lighting as well. But highly suggest this fan if you're looking to get one. I'm sure there's a new version out, as these companies or whatever seem to always come out with some new one every year. Alright guys, this is the new tent. It's GFC Superlite. I think I mentioned that earlier in this video, but I'm going to make a whole separate video on this, but I'm going to give you a quick look on in the inside. Just kind of show you what it kind of looks like. So right here, got lots of headroom. A little bit of a mess right now. But stays decently dark in there. Kept a lot of the heat in actually. There's some third-party little bars that holds out these GFC windows. Like way out here, they hook on this loop, which I think I'm gonna have to get just for these hotter days coming. That'll hold the side doors open at night. I could roll them up as well, but just in case that time when it's a hot night, humid and rainy, I'll be able to keep the door, you know, kind of swung out and open to stay a little cooler, yet stay a bit more dry. But it was a pretty good first night. It did come with the GFC mattress, and it was decent. A lot better than I thought it was going to be, but I may bring my own next time just to put on top and see how that feels as well. But I think it was a good first night. Alright guys, it's coffee time. Brought my mug this time. You know, that's one thing I always forget. And breakfast today. Breakfast of champions right there. I didn't even bring a cooler on this trip, so I wasn't able to really bring some food that needed to be refrigerated overnight. So that's all right. These are great, especially with the hot cup of coffee. And luckily, it's a nice chilly morning. Bugs are horrible. Put my pants on and sweatshirt. But like I mentioned, luckily it's nice and cool out. Wear a nice warm cup of coffee and long pants and long sleeves. Doesn't really matter. So let's get into making this coffee. This is one major component I usually forget as well. the beans. One thing about titanium is it cools down really, really fast. See? Now I have had times where I grab the handle and it's freaking hot, but usually I try to center the flame a little further under so it doesn't heat up my handle. Otherwise I would just use this to grab it. But just like that, you got a perfect cup of joe within just minutes. Just letting the pressure out, guys. Just gonna show the tent one more time, kind of in the daylight. This morning it was a little dark, but right now I'm just packing up. Fan still running, 3 bars still, and I upped the speed, so I think it's killer. I just want to make sure it's all just kind of dry. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much to me, but just kind of keep that running, keep the air moving in here for now, and just kind of continue to slowly pack up, enjoy my coffee, and yeah. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar, this Superlite is only, I believe, 80 pounds, so, which is pretty crazy, and it uses like a trekking pole style pole to hold the tent up, so there's not, you know, extra weight of any type of hinges, struts, whatnot. GFC really tried to keep this as light as they could, and from my understanding, I think a version 2 might be coming out later this year, but I couldn't wait, and I found this deal. It's actually from Wes. He's on Instagram as Black Hills Builds, and luckily my buddy Zach, aka Overland Engineer, the guy I'm always with, was nice enough to pick it up in South Dakota when he went out there to visit Wes and C4. So loving the tent so far. Alright guys, so some of you know that I use this little pump to fill up my air pads. This is the out and this is the in. So I usually use this in port where air comes in to suck all the possible air out of any of my pads. It comes with a little bag of different types of connectors, so I just use this to help deflate the GFC mattress, and I'll keep the mattress in there. It'll be a lot easier to close now. Oh yeah, using that pump helped a ton to get this super thin. Perfect. What do you guys think? All packed up? Very, very thin. If my awning was up and level with this, it's just about as thick as the Rome awning there. Woo. Alright guys, I am out of here. It was a great first night in the GFC Superlite. Stay tuned, I have videos coming on that and some other accessories I put on the vehicle. So thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you like the video, and I will see you guys next time.